Welcome back to a game that is still alive, still doing reasonable numbers. I say reasonable, averaging a couple thousand on Steam. Doing well, doing well. Back for Blood. This one. So Back for Blood is again, we're talking spiritual successes again, sort of a theme these last couple videos I've made. A spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead. And it was quite disappointing, I think, for, the fans of Left 4 Dead, the hardcore fans of Left 4 Dead at first, and maybe they're the ones that are sticking around. I mean, they must be the ones sticking around.
I heard where you're going. We should talk.
But it's a card-based game, so you traverse various regions filled with zombies. It's a zombie game, of course. That's quite obvious. Or called the Ridden. Practice as written. And so as you progress through each stage, you get more cards and you can customize your deck, and you have a full deck, and you get the cards that you think suit that play style. So you have all sorts of different styles, gun styles, defensive styles, and you can have different decks for different modes. So the different modes are, of course, you got quick play, where you go through the campaign. There's been a number of 3 DLC expansions, each separate one. I think it's 3 or 4, or is this custom skins one? I'll show you. So we have River of Blood expansion, Trial of the Worm expansion, and we got extra characters, and we got skins and new enemies and stuff. And you have PvP and campaign. Really, in quick play, you can jump into any mission. You can change preferences, and if you jump into a later part of the acts, which the missions are all, there's like 10 or 11 in each of them, or 5 or something in the last one. You can, jump in and you'll have more cards at the start. It sort of balances out. But I suppose the whole deck system, I think, is the question, which is you limit the player's strength. So the toughest missions are actually the first couple, and then maybe the last one if people haven't got good setups. So we can... Oh, let's do this whole boy. So these are the Ridden, which in the PvP you can play as, so... let's change to Crusher. Stop doing that. Got the Hawker. So you've got all the classic villain, the classic bad guys from Left 4 Dead, only reskinned and less interesting. So a big part of it is they don't have the same character as they had in Left 4 Dead, and that was one of the big complaints. Is they all do look very similar. Stinger. Rika. So you have, the exploding variants, shooting ones, the ones that pin you and your teammates. All that jazz, and then you got your basic mobs. And you have, your different styles of weapons. So your melee weapons, I'll show you all the weapons. Your melee weapons, your ranged weapons, all that sort of stuff. Why am I doing that? Yeah, and you can customize the skins, which is the only customization you have. You don't get to change attachments here, but you can, I'll show you over here. You can, you know, add practice attachments and see which one's the best. So yeah, you can use like a shotgun with a rifle scope if you want to be, you know, incredibly intelligent. You've got your basic, all your classic weapons you're familiar with. So managing ammo is a big part of the game. So one of the really important things is to, you know, when you go in with your squad, is each person uses a different ranged weapon if you can. So you want that variety. That way at least, you know, you don't... That way you can share ammo at the end of each stage. Drop ammo for each other and just makes it a bit easier. Alright, we've got, you know, the minigun. So you can try that. You got in-stage weapons. Yeah, flamethrower. Get a bow and arrow. We want bear traps. We got iron claws. So Wolverine style claws. So they have, you know, added a bit of stuff, but so the core of the game is that when you first start off, which is something that was very jarring for streamers and that, is you play through on recruit, and then you play through on veteran, and then nightmare, and then no hope. So you work your way through all the difficulties. So jumping in as veteran was is really difficult because you didn't have all your good cards and you weren't set up. And if you had a good team with good communication and cooperation, yes, you could get through it. But it was just overly difficult, and it was kind of this is a strategy multiplayer based games have been using, though there is offline sort of in this, because you can play with bots in this. So that's one of the things that is nice. They can be really stupid. Sure, they're better now. Well, we can go check. Yeah, let's go check. Alright, so let's... campaign. Which is a good one? Let's create a run. Let's just do Act 1. That's easy. Recruit. Create run. Oh, let's just see what happens. Yeah, so one of the things you can do is you have supply lines. So these are where you get cards and you get various unlocks, and you spend money you earn, you know, going through your acts. You get, you know, these points you can use to get like different outfits, all your different cosmetics, calling cards, and cards, so you can actually use them in game to make yourself stronger. But it's sort of, there's a lot of these subplot point tracks, and you can choose which ones you go to next. But the cards are the most important thing, are really the only thing that matters. So all the other cosmetics in this game are quite average. So there's, you know, there's different skins and helmets and things, but they're all irrelevant because you're first person, so you don't, honestly, it's not a big deal. I find the cosmetics in this game to be completely irrelevant. Utterly irrelevant. So the fact they're selling them different outfits in a, you know, a buyable pack is just stupid. So we're searching for matches. Maybe they're all on Steam. So this is a good way to check to see if there's people still playing. Because if you're doing quick play, you just randomly join in here. Yeah, so you have your decks. You have your how you earn more cards. You play through. You have your cleaners. So these are all your different operators or cleaners or players. They all have different inherent ability. So he gets stamina regen. Team has more speed, move speed. So, and then we've got here, he's got more team health, more damage. So they all have particular traits that are beneficial to themselves and to the team. So it kind of helps to have a certain mix of players. But then again, it really doesn't matter because later on you just start wrecking. Focusing on bosses. I mean, all the, you know, characters I showed you before, the bad guys that actually have names. That's really important. Alright, let's skip that. So this is just easy peasy difficulty, but you can still lose. Even on the lowest difficulty, you can still pick out challenging. So let's go with damage and team health. We'll go damage resistance, because I'll just go melee build.
Check my calendar. Well, what do you know?
Combat, durable, combat, kill vitamins, harness, back, grenade, fast, last, cover range, scar tissue, box operator, fresh bandage, combat training, large combat training, tactical vest, sacrifice, motorcycle helmet. I think that's my one. It is Brian Sacrifice. No, this is it. Okay. So at the start of every match, you get corruption cards. So that's so you just get bonus points, like a challenge, and then later on you get like difficulty additions. So now I've got 3 bots. Bots are you could argue that their effectiveness. The shotgun's fine, actually. I don't really need to worry about that. But
You should be used to people not listening.
okay, so you have all these things you can buy at the start that benefit the whole team or yourself. And now they got armor plating they added. Oh my goodness. So I could buy a better shotgun. So some weapons are better than others, even if the damage stats, the stats don't suggest it. So the numbers can be, you know, irrelevant. Because if a weapon handles better and is easier to use, then it's of more benefit to you. So let's just grab team health. So you start a mission,
Wondering if I should bring a jacket.
and you just start wrecking. Really? And you hope the bots catch up, otherwise you get swarmed. So scattered throughout the mission you get coins and copper. I'll grab the defibrillator. The bots will grab things, so... Oh, and there's a boss already. So they will contribute. The light machine gun happens to be really good, so I'm more than happy to go with that. Bandage is great. You can hold limited number of healing items, you know, weapons and stuff. So all this stuff you know. So has the game got any better? I mean, that's really the question here. And the answer, I think, is quite clear that I couldn't find anyone to play with. It's still live on PC, but it may not be so alive on the console. I mean, let's see, extended mag. I've got extended mag. Tactical grip. What? Tactical grip on the... So you can have attachments on the melee weapons now? Which is very strange. Alright, let's get around there. So don't worry about the bots' health. They sort of like automatically... They do die and stuff, but I don't really worry about them at all. Is the game worth playing with just bots if you can't find anyone to play with? Actually, no, bandages better. I don't know. I'd argue not. So, the game is very stiff. Now, I've got good weapon speed with the machete, so maybe it's better off not... If I find a baseball bat with more damage, just keep the machete for a bit longer. It's just a bit... I don't know. Okay, that's a big boy. There is a friendly fire on higher difficulties. And it's more severe, so that's one of the elements you have to deal with. Managing friendly fire. A cog on there would be great, actually.
It's like the collapse all over again.
Incoming!
So one of the cards I have on that's really powerful is increasing melee damage, but I can't zoom in with my machine gun. So there's a lot of trade-off with the cards. So, you know, you get a positive, but there's also a negative. So I think that's reasonably balanced in that regard. But it just feels like you could start off with a lot more. I mean, that's something that probably has changed. And it feels like I started off with a few. I've got 2 cards. I've got healing and I've got no aiming. don't know, I feel a big problem with the game is the way it feels to play. So I'm very stiff. Let's just slice this dude to pieces. No, I'm just obliterating them because, you know, why not? Oh, have I got a... I don't have it. I'm gonna go...
No.
Has someone got a thing?
Hey, where'd you go?
See that?
Okay. Let's worry about that. Next, let's go. Oh, mementos have been added for some reason. So, okay. Managing the rooms, finding locked doors, having the tool, the kit that allows you to open them in your inventory. All the basic stuff. But it just doesn't have the charm. Doesn't have the... I mean, the big bosses are cool. So let's pick a random card. That really helps. Oh, stamina's great. Green beans.
Is that the best you can do?
Let's go.
Is anyone still out there?
So it's good how the enemies come from both directions, as in, you know, Left 4 Dead style. But it doesn't have the Left 4 Dead sort of... There's a real feeling difference.
We're pinned down in the old...
And the characters aren't memorable at all. They just say stupid lines, and they repeat them. That's one of the things... One of the weaknesses is the story. There's really not much of it. The cutscenes are
Where did they all come from?
minimal. Minimal. And someone just abruptly cut off. Now, the glowing red bits are the weakness, so you do want to target those. Okay, I scared the birds, so now we've got the horde there, which is fine, I'm not worried about that. Bait jar. Ooh. Alright, chuck some bear traps down. I got the defib. I feel like that, yeah, there's been a big change. I feel like recruit is so much easier. Like, it used to be way harder. Alright, let's go. Collecting all the money is, you know, pretty bloody obvious. Really important. What have we got? Cereal. So they've added a bunch of little temporary buffs that are just pretty much irrelevant. Gasoline. And so you get through, and they get in the safe, you close the door, and you finish that first stage. Then you can pick a card. Can you pick a card? No, you just get the next one on your list, don't you? Or you pick from 3. So the bots were fine. If anything, we really, really dominated. Skull totems cashed in for that additional currency. And this mission has at least a big boss dude that looks cool. Alright, so we've got... You don't have a choice between them, you just get both. So you have large flocks of crows, and there's a specimen container. Now the people you encounter in the world don't matter. They're not really... I mean, the general maybe, but I don't know, they don't really matter at all. So I could get a new... I could get a shotgun. That's a melee. No, it's garbage. What have we got here? Resonant metals. Melee and bow kills heal 2 health. That's awesome. I've already got health on there, so that'll be really really powerful. Yeah, let's do that. Shit. More mobility. Okay, let's not worry about that. Let's get, I think team support item upgrade is great. Makes all the bandages more powerful. But the quick slot. No, let's do the, yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Alright, now we got shield, which is something they didn't have when the game came out.
Let's go kick some ass. In your face!
Yeah, so the bots are active, they get in there, they jump in, we've got lots of birds everywhere.
What's that?
Cha-ching!
But yeah, it's, I don't know, it feels so much easier than when I originally played it with other people online. I mean, my setup, I'm getting health back for melee, so that's my, so a lot of, the game really doesn't have a lot of healing methods other than, you know,
I'm out of here! Okay, let's do this.
other than using a melee style healing build.
Kicking somebody in the nuts.
I'm sure they've added more cards, but... Shoot it! And this guy here used to be a lot more intimidating. Okay, so now he's at half health. This one drop.
I'm done for today.
Thanks for that.
I'm sorry.
I'm just making this game look so bloody easy. So they definitely have nerfed the game, the difficulty, in terms of making it a lot easier. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to work out that it's just way easier than it was before. Way easier.
Hey, I love my copper.
Not enough copper. So you can buy cards mid-match when you find those little things, but you need to have the currency to do that. And I don't want to buy that because it's a... Okay, bots are absolutely wrecking. Now the bots get less effective the higher difficulty, so in other words they don't scale up, otherwise it'd be unfair. So they want to incentivize players playing with others, and I don't know if they've changed that in terms of how much they're obviously bloody capable. Better than they ever were before. Just distinctly recall. Oh, random card, that's great. More stamina, wonderful. Yeah, I distinctly recall a mission where my bots were stuck in one spot, and they're stuck on the turret. Whenever you put down the minigun turret, they wouldn't let go of it, and I had to like use all the bullets up before they'd leave it alone. They just would never leave it. They would always stand on it, and we were like way further ahead, and they just wouldn't catch up. Okay. So now I'm hesitant to change. Oh, let's grab that. Bandages. So you have these heal items on the wall. They get you back to max health. As you lose health, your max pool drains. So you're continually losing health and then regenning it. You're actually getting healed. You actually get punished, which I don't mind that system. So you can end up having like only 100 health when you started with 200 because as you max, because you've been, whittled down and it doesn't regen. So there's like a little red bar that shows that their health is, draining. Duffel bag.
Well, what do we have here?
Barrette. Okay, so we see that there's a security notice. So the door has an alarm on it, and the bots won't open those doors automatically, thankfully. Okay, now we had an actual person join the game. So let's see how it changes now. I don't have a toolkit. So they're joining now? Where do they join?
Nice.
Okay, let's go. Tactical grip.
Cool.
Barrel. So the bots will mark things, which is great. And now we got a real person in here. We get to see how that sort of dynamic changes. So the guy with glasses. Okay, let's switch to the gun because we know. Oh, we're gonna just wipe these dudes out here quickly.
Why am I not surprised? This is what I'm here for. Aim for the weak spot. Shit! Mommy, watch out! Aren't you scary?
Okay, we got another person joining the game. So there's people still playing. It's still alive. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Reload, please. Ouchies. Okay, we got him.
Gotta take care of this. On new earrings. Ooh, shiny. Need this.
Alright, so we got one more person coming in. They're not in yet.
Hold still.
I'm sorry. Did that exit your head?
Oh, I triggered Carlin. Okay, so the other guy left the game. Oh, we got 2 people in though. So we're gonna have a full squad, and then it didn't work out. Like a hot knife through butter.
Them, not me, you idiot.
So what do we got?
Hey, we should stick together.
Oh, I've should have marked them. Peanut butter. So we got a fire axe here, which is much better damage. It hasn't got the attachments, but you can't move attachments over.
See anyone's name on it. Don't go blaming us when you get killed out there.
So let's see. No, it's fine.
You look like you need this.
Okay, so now we've got the fire axe. And we get some more money. Stun gun can be used to get out of a grapple. Oh, I need to get the double back. So if you go grappled by the grapple enemies. So we gotta wait for Holden 64 down the bottom there, who's getting hurt while they're standing there. Oh, firecrackers. Oh, I didn't get the card.
Friendly fire!
Well, look before you move.
Come on, move yourself.
Alright.
Knew
Everyone's-
we could do it.
Good job. Okay, so they're talking. I've got mics off, so I can't talk to them, so don't worry too much about that. Okay, so one of them's playing as a new character, so they actually bought the expansion stuff. Yeah. Interesting. So people did buy the expansion stuff. So they'd be probably disappointed that we're on such a low difficulty. Or maybe they just enjoy the game. Okay. Okay, so... Wait, have I got everything activated? What? Active cards? Goodness me. Okay, so maybe you do start with everything. Maybe they flipped the whole game on its head and I'm just getting confused. This is very, so no. It's a team effect. Trying to work out if these were activated. I mean, I've got a lot of health, so yeah, I suppose 200 health max. Wanted 100,000, eh?
All units, pull back to
Gene
Fort
bot
Hope.
activated
We're
his.
closing off all routes
So
to
we got
Midway
team
Valley.
health.
We need to stop
We've
Britain
got
access across the Canoa River
mainly
ASAP.
stamina
That
efficiency.
means taking out George
Damage.
Washington Bridge. We cannot wait for those caught on the other side. Hope one out.
Alright, let's do team health.
Ooh, gimme. Gear up, everyone. Let's go kick some ass. Back off! Keep bleeding.
Alright, let's go.
Mind if I do? Look out! Hard!
Watch where you're swinging. That's you dead.
Please be something useful. Time now. Hey, where'd you go?
Pretty as a peach.
Okay, so we got a legendary attachment on the light machine gun. That was some interesting stuff here. So we got like a legendary magical chest. Which gets you a whole bunch of weird stuff.
Found some intel.
Hey, we survived.
Oh, let's get some. So what I should do is go back.
Hello, copper.
Can I go back in there? I don't think I can. No, I can. Okay, I just wanted to grab this one. Some more stamina efficiency. And then I just needed. So I've got damage increase, so I've got stamina thing, I've got some heartbreaky thing. So we got a full squad of randos, and we're obliterating them. Someone's using like a laser weapon or something.
Lock her up. Stop shooting me, Susan.
Get behind me if you don't want to get shot.
I don't know if anyone can hear me, but our settlement is gone. The infected have changed, mutated. I repeat, Evansburg is gone. No survivors.
Shit, I'm breathing more, bleeding. Back.
What was that? Ooh, another card.
Hey, we should stick together. Hey, where'd you go?
Okay, let's go. So we're not really sticking together. Viper's in trouble, health-wise. So is this a thing I can... Alright, let's do this.
Thank you, miss.
Ow! I'm Helen.
This ain't my day. Thanks.
Alright, that's that done. The atmosphere in the world, it's okay. Some areas are nice, and some are just sort of average,
See
sort
what
of
we've
mid.
got here.
So we've got a bandage. That's great news. We have Viper some more. Nothing I can't really say anything's particularly iconic. I mean, the boats scene where all the boats are washed up and they're got a giant bank of different boats, and I mean that's okay. The ferry, the farm, I suppose is more memorable. Big final boss battle. Not so much. Alright, let's go check that.
Let's see what's in here.
Viper is still almost dead, so I do want to keep an eye on that. I need to upgrade how many heals we can hold, because I need to go heal Viper.
Reminds me of my brother's wedding.
Can't have you bleeding to death now.
Go grab some more. Okay. Viper, let me just get you again. Viper,
I dressed
there you
as a
go.
nurse for Halloween once. Seems like a fucking stupid idea now.
Okay, so you grab one of them, and I'll grab a bandage,
See
and
anyone's
we're all
name
good.
on it.
That should do. So we got someone who hasn't played much, and we've got a bunch of people who seem to know more what they're doing.
Nice.
We got that cursed lockpick, so
Locked. These sticking together really bad. We've got company. I'm going in. Where there's a will, there's a way.
okay, maybe not. I'm not going to do that.
The way.
Let's see here. Don't have the toolkit for the minigun. Plenty of heals though. Oh, let me go with the rifle on there. So since I've got all the melee cards, I'm pretty well stacked. I can handle all this. Assuming they're not behind me, which is kind of what I want the teammates to cover. Oh. So yeah, melee's ridiculously overpowered if you got the right build for it. Which again means you have to grind for the right cards and... Oh, shot on fire. I mean, the guns can be good too. No, don't worry about that. But it's just that the healing you get from melee is... And it's early on too, you don't need to be in too sweat to be able to get that sort of return on investment. And the characters swear a lot and carry on. None of it's endearing. Sometimes, maybe, if you're partial to a bit of old-fashioned puns. Alright, now we've got to move on.
We're done there. Used to be a safe house in there.
Grab some money.
Mind if I do? Quit hitting me! Gimme.
No, it's fine. So yeah, they have switched up the card system so you start off with the most powerful cards in Act 1. So I don't know if that's the case for the whole game or they just flipped it all around. Maybe they don't even earn like new cards now anymore. They just changed it, completely ditched it. Just have your whole deck from the start. Make the game considerably easier. Very interesting design decision. I think it's a great one. Bit late though. So they made it so much easier. Less punishing. Maybe I'll feel, pretty comfortable doing veteran. Although Viper, he would probably not agree. Or she. Or them. Whatever. Don't close the door on them.
Tardy.
Get to the chopper. So this is the game, and you know, the DLC is more of the same. So I mean, different environments and things, but maybe more exciting missions. Okay, I think I'm doing well. Killed plenty. Enemy damage. All the team's doing well. I'll play through a full run. See how time goes though. Let's see what time. Okay, I'll have to stop it soon. So a full run does take a while. So I don't want to lie and say, you know, it's 20 minutes. It's probably 34 minutes, 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how good your team is, to go through a single act. Say Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. And you had this starter loading scene. So we lost one player, I think. So we got a bot. No, we lost that player, so it's now just me and all bots while we're waiting for Viper. Okay, maybe this game will end quicker than I thought. Oh, there we go. So we got 2 bots and Viper who's struggling. Defensive slot.
Almost. All we have to do is get
We've got titanium spikes for more damage. My damage is great, so why the hell not? And then I think team health's probably a good idea, but support item upgrade, offensive slot. Let's do the support upgrade. So now the bandages and things do much more.
Let's do this.
So it's good people can join midway through at any time. So chances are they'll join back into this game, the other 2 that left.
Oh, this should be no problem.
And you can fly through.
Rover 2, team en route to blow George Washington Bridge. We cannot delay. Do you copy?
Well, no pressure then.
And then you can just run through, and then you don't need to wait for the team, you can just go.
I think I wore my running shoes today.
The bot's pinned! Who cares?
Hope this is Rover 2. We're at George Washington Bridge and we're very popular at the moment. Over.
Alright, let's go. So this mission can be quite annoying because you have to run down and get the plant the bombs. And you're most vulnerable when you're opening crates. Chances are you'll get, you know. So let's just grab the meds.
Really stick together. Nothing a patch on my wounds.
Let's go. So the meds give you like a temporary health buff thing, so I'm just going to use that. Just, not that I need it, but you know, why not.
Approaching George Washington Bridge. Rover 2, if you're out there, you need to run.
Okay, we go up.
We need to blow this bridge.
Gotta go grab the bombs, and then we gotta go run back into the ferry and blow it up.
You should patch yourself up. Shotgun! And just to be clear, this time I mean the seat, not the weapon.
So their vocal stuff, the dialogue is quite poor. I'll be honest. I find it completely unendearing. So let's plant this.
Starting to think you weren't gonna make it.
It's a good idea to plant it, just in case. Suppressor?
Keep bleeding!
No, nothing there. So we have to have everyone come here first, and then we can trigger the thing. So
Ammo cache if you need it.
peaches. We're all here. What's going on? Oh, I gotta grab a bomb.
We need to sink that ship and close the front.
No, exactly.
You up for the job?
Oh man, but I just got here.
Need 2 of you to plant explosives on the boat. The rest of us will lay
Let's
down
go.
covering fire from here.
Sure, I'll go back. Didn't get time to look around the first time.
There's a new spiky enemy. You can just hold down trigger, so you don't have to keep pressing Whatever it is.
Take that.
Oh, wrong way. So go down here.
Down, boy.
Oh, Stalker's grabbing someone. That's not good news. Well, as long as it's not Viper, we're all good.
Last one out's blown to pieces.
Watch where you swing that.
Oh crap, gotta get out of here.
If you're all quite through playing around, you need to get your asses back here now.
Let's go. The bot's almost down. Tyler, he's not gonna make it. Run! You're not gonna make it. So yeah, your stamina bar does matter when you're sprinting and doing melee. When you just do melee, it's fine because of my cards, but it's something you have to think about. Go. Okay, so I made it. Nice. Run, Viper!
Hey, hey, ammo cache here.
Shit.
We got a whole bunch of character introductions here. I'll just skip it. Alright. I'll just keep going. Okay, so is the game any better? Yeah, you start off with your cards. So it's much easier than it was before. I think it's better. You start with the cards. Now I don't know if that's for every single thing or if it's just being kind because you already beat it, then you can start off with your cards, that sort of situation. Tyler is in bad
You're
shape.
at home, but a lot of our people are still out there. Bring them home if you can.
Offensive slot.
You'll have to assess the situation on the board. At the moment, I know
Aluminum core is garbage. Offensive slot, quick item upgrade. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Charity begins at home, right? Sounds selfish until you realize this is the only home left. I see
So
a flare.
the way we move through the world feels it makes no sense, honestly. It doesn't. The story doesn't flow. All right, it doesn't really make any kind of sense. I don't really know what the world, what we're doing and why we're doing it. It kind of really doesn't. It's just mindless action. Right, let's get that stun gun. Just in case I get grabbed. And it's really just, you know, swarms again, and I'm just obliterating them. So now I'm reaching my full potential.
Covered in this
Okay, so there's the breaker. There he is.
locked, loaded, and ready to roll. Keep your distance, Pansy. Here's that timer, Well, that's my workout for the day.
Alright, quickly.
Zone 1, we're setting up a triage location until we can extract the injured back to home. Rendezvous with the team at the library. Save as many as you can. God knows.
So there's things on the walls that can get you. There's all sorts of stuff like that. Is there cards? Tactical vest. Nope.
Come on, move it. Whatever it is.
So you do have to be careful of these dudes.
Some of these people could be infected. Last thing we want is an outbreak of hope.
Agreed. Hope safety is paramount. So, I'll trust you'll sterilize the infection when necessary.
Still our week.
They're not taking any prisoners and neither are we. No.
What happened to Evangelo? How did he change character? Whatever. So this is a short mission, so you can just jump straight in here.
Watch your back.
Oh, I have to destroy the thing first.
Bleeding.
We still got people
Can
on
you-
the ground out there.
Yeah, we're gonna do the thing first. Okay. Gotta go run over to the, I mean, it still is a short mission, but it's just not that short. We gathered the team.
Hear that?
Okay, gotta do that. Now these people are hidden on the walls. And how much time have we got? Not much time, okay. So we go, do I recommend playing the game? Do I recommend giving it a go? Well, I think the change they've made to the card system here, where you start with your whole pack, whether that's a glitch or intended, or for if you've beaten already the act before, I think that's great. Honestly, that's great. That helps a lot. Why am I reviving the bot? Alright, let's go.
Let's see what we've got.
But looking at Viper's health, I'm thinking it's not that the game is much easier, it's just that this build I'm using, heavy emphasis on melee damage.
Here's something. We're stronger
I
together.
go for claws. No, damage is key. Damage is always key.
They have no manners.
I can't move.
Okay, let's not.
Save him.
Help has arrived.
So yeah, the game's better. Is it enough to get people back to play it, stream it, and all that sort of thing? Maybe. Maybe it is. Because if you just get them all to use the same good melee build,
Survivors here.
a lot of life regen. Because that card, more health, that's always good. Always good to have more health. I don't know why they call us cleaners. I think that's kind of stupid. So here we have a limited time chest thingy with some gold stuff in it. So what do we got? We got jumper cables. Another random card. That's great. Go get her.
Time now.
So we got 2 firecrackers. So there's a good loot. Lots of stuff going on.
Bandages here.
Viper is almost Kaputski. I'm not going to raise him because I just don't care. Let's go. Finish the mission.
Here, quick!
Glad you made it.
Where's the rest of the team?
The team didn't make it.
We got the same sort of generic voice dudes. Spider-Man voice guy.
Waiting isn't one of them. Hey, work faces. Gotta reload. Keep bleeding.
Yeah, I think it's a good. I mean, it was never a terrible game. It just didn't have the same spice, the same character, you know, memorable characters or memorable enemies as Left 4 Dead. So, have they streamlined it by just fixing the card system entirely? Yes. Is it worth buying expansions and things? I don't know. I can't really say that you just need to buy that. I mean, it's not a terrible game. Just playing through it here, dominating with my build, which I worked on and, you know, at launch and put in a bit of effort into. Designing it in a way that, you know, it could be really strong. And sacrificing guns for melee. I feel rewarded. Now I'm going to have all bots with me because the guy left. And I probably can just leave, actually. Let's just see what happens with the bots. No? Oh, okay. Alright, let's just leave. It's fine. Alright. Yeah, so Back 4 Blood. It's okay. I mean, once you to do all this expansion stuff and... I mean, the story was not compelling in the slightest. So, like, I don't feel like this world is something I'm saving. I don't feel like that at all. I don't feel like we're doing a grander purpose or there is any value or emotion or weight. So no memorable characters die in a way that makes me care.
You should have talked to me before you went out.
One look at you and I can tell you're a contender.
Yeah, it's 1 PvP. I never bothered with this 1 PvP. I'm not so keen on that. But yeah, so this has been a... What's happening with Back 4 Blood? What's going on? What is... You know, whatever happened to that game? Well, it's still going. And they made some improvements to the deck. The deck is so much better. So it made me want to play the game a little bit of maybes. Yeah, I mean, because I'm using melee and I'm just obliterating it, it's that sort of comfort feel of I'm just doing it easy.
Hey, you want to see where you guys ranked?
Oh, some people here have got some real... Okay. Alright then. This has been FrostyFire10. Like and subscribe. And yeah, this has been sort of a tour in the nostalgia games and all recent games that are sort of faded from memory. Back 4 Blood, it's alright. Mindless fun at times, but not as fun as, you know, predecessor and all that. But yeah, so I'll catch you next time. Have a nice day.